Mr. Barnes, and I'd like to go through just kind of a preview of the website so you guys have some idea of how it's arranged, how it's organized, and to kind of understand how each one of the separate units is set up. I'm going to go through what's included in the header here, and then I'll go through a layout of the long division unit so you have an idea of exactly the structure of all the units, because there is a common setup for all the different units. So let me start out first with the introduction here. The main box on the website gives you a brief introduction of the intent of our website and a little overview of the topics. As you scroll down a little bit, you see there's a video introduction to the online math program. This is about a 6-minute video on YouTube. When you click on that, it'll take you to the YouTube site, and it's a good 6-minute video to watch to kind of give you a more detailed overview of the course than you're going to get in this little paragraph right here. There's a second item here is a Hey Math website link, and heymath.com is the website that you'll be given an ID and password for that website, and there's topics for every one of the different units that we cover on the online website. There's graphic interface on this website. Each concept is presented graphically so the student can actually view the lessons online and then take little practice question tests with solutions provided, worked out solutions on this website. Very useful website for any of the different topics. Since it's not topic specific, I put the link up here in the main box. There's a little equation solver website for 1- and 2-step algebra equations that the student can go in and practice algebra equation solving. And then here you'll see a link to a chat room. Every Tuesday from 7:30 to 8:30 you'll be able to interact with me in real time with questions that you have, kind of like an online office hours. So that's available through that, clicking on that link right there. Now let's talk about the setup of a typical unit, and I'll focus on the long division unit. Each one of these white boxes under the initial introduction box is a separate unit. You can see the long division unit here, you can see the fraction unit here, the third unit is the percentage unit. First we'll start with the long division unit and just explain the structure of this. As I mentioned, the layout of the other units is exactly the same as this one. The first item you're going to see in any unit is the competency assessment. That's a PDF format test for you to actually determine whether or not that's a unit that you should study or not. When you click on that, a PDF file will come up on your screen, and there'll be a series of questions. You'll take those, answer those questions, solve them, and grade yourself with the answer key that's provided just below the link above. And you'll manually grade yourself based on your performance on the competency assessment. That's going to tell you whether or not you should study that unit. If you perform adequately on the competency assessment, you probably don't need to spend your time on this particular unit. You can move on to another one. And again, when you move on to a new unit, take the competency assessment first to determine what your level of proficiency is, to determine if that's an area you should concentrate on. Let's click on this real quick, on this competency assessment. When the PDF file comes up, you'll see a 26-question file here. Down at the bottom, it says, take the assessment to determine if you should focus your attention on improving your understanding of long division. Calculate the quotient to 3 decimal places, 3 places to the right of the decimal. If you miss more than 4 questions out of 26, there's 26 questions here on this particular file, you probably need to focus a little bit on long division. If you miss less than 4 questions, you're probably okay. You're proficient enough to focus on another of the units within this online course. So let's go back to the main website here. And we'll scroll down back to the long division unit. The answer key, as I mentioned, is just under the competency assessment. Then there's 2 files here that are PDF files. They're both, one is rules for long division. It's a PDF document that explains the rules for long division for those of you that have forgotten. You know, it's been a few years since you've taken long division in middle school or grade school, and it kind of reminds you of what those rules are. Then there's some another file here to kind of guide you on how to determine what the factors of numbers are based on some easy to remember rules. Then I've got a couple files here, long division examples that are worked out. And that's, when you see that worked out example in any one of the units, that's an audio and a visual file where you can hear my voice and see my notes as I write them. The audio and the visual is synced up. You can go at your own pace, you can fast forward to a part that you don't understand in the problem, or you can review a certain part of the problem as many times as you want Again, at your own pace, so that you can focus on the things that you don't understand and review it until you do understand it. Let me click on that real quick. The device that we use to create this file is called a Smart Pen. And the Smart Pen is it's a Pulse product that is available at Target. It's available at Costco. You can get one for yourself. It's great for students, and you'll see how it is used here. Okay, let's do a long division problem. I'm going to work out an example here. I'm going to jump to a point within my explanation here. 423. I don't know if you can make it out on the video, but you can hear my voice in the background as I'm working this out. And you can also see my notes highlighted in green as I write them. Right up here in this area on top of the division box. So the quotient, the answer to the division. I'm going to pause it so that you can hear what I'm saying, but I can zoom in on specific parts of this file and zoom in as much as I want. No problem. And I can actually see. Goes there. Again, 15 is the divisor. And okay, so that's available for all the different topics on the website. There's 2 worked out examples in the long division unit, and at least 1 or more worked out examples in the other units that are available for you. Okay, let's go back to the website. I've got a couple PDF files here. One is long division practice problems, so give you some practice with some answers, an answer key that accompanies that in the next link down, so you can grade yourself again on your practice problems. Finally, the last file in any one of these units is called the mastery assessment. So whether it's a long division unit, whether it's a fraction unit, percentage unit, that's the last thing you want to do. That determines your level of proficiency on the topic that you just spent time studying. That's a website, it's a link to a website called Kia. So I'm going to go to that website right now. You'll be provided a username and a password for the Kia website. When you log on to this particular link that I've provided, you're going to go to what's called a long division mastery assessment. 10 questions, long division questions. You're going to fill in your answer to 3 decimal places in this case. It's a 45-minute time test. You can only take it once. And you'll answer the 10 questions, and the answers will be automatically graded, and they'll be saved online where I can access them, and I can forward the results to your parents as well, or to you. You'll be able to actually see your results after you take the test. It's graded as soon as you hit the submit button. It'll tell you how many you got right, how many you got wrong. But you can only take it once, and it is timed to 45 minutes. So that's a very useful tool to determine your level of proficiency after you've finished studying a particular unit. Again, all the units are set up the same way, so I'm not going to go through any more, but hopefully that gives you an idea of what the layout of the website is and how you can make best use of the different tools that are available to you. I highly encourage you to make use of the Hey Math website link to do more practice problems online and to avail yourself of all the interactive lessons there. It's a great graphic interface. It shows you the concepts with very interesting and appropriate animation for different topics. And it's got everything from 6th grade math all the way to 12th grade math. So you can find a lot of different topics under that one website. The last thing I want to mention, a couple items that are unique to fractions, or one item that's unique to fractions. We have access to a website called www.classzone.com, which accompanies our textbooks for our classes. You'll notice under fractions there is an interactive online worksheet. I'm going to click on that, and that'll actually be online practice where you can get your score graded in real time. Different than the Kia website that I mentioned already, because it's not the mastery assessment. You can take it as many times as you want and not have to worry about the timing of it. So I'm going to click on fraction operations here. We'll say adding and subtracting mixed numbers, and you'll see it comes up with a lot of different problems here, multiple choice questions, where you just select the answer that you want, and then you go through all 10 or 12 problems, submit your results or check your answers, and it'll tell you which ones you got right, which ones you got wrong. So just another way for you to get some practice, and very useful means of grading yourself and getting additional practice. So that's an overview of the website. Hopefully that answers some of your questions, allows you to get started and to use the website. Good luck navigating through it and finding the tools that work best for you on the site. I think it offers a lot of opportunity for different types of learners to hone their math skills and improve and get ready for that high school math, that algebra class.